Guys, how are you? So today we are working on the next exercise of the calculate function. So this is the exercise where we will be using all select function to modify the way of how the filter works. So you can go on the website, you can click on this exercise, and below that you can click here, you can download the material for this exercise. I have already downloaded the material, the Power BI file. So this is how it looks like. So you can see in the website it is looking same as we have downloaded. So the aim of this exercise is to add a measure to each table which will show the percentage that each group contributes to the total for the table. To do this, we will need to work out the count of album, ignoring all filters applies by the field in this table but honoring any filter applied from outside the table. So that's great. So we need to add the measure to show the percentage. So do we have any? Yeah, we have the count album. So each of these tables having the count album, if I click any of these, yeah, so it is getting filtered out, it's working properly. Now we will add a DAX called count album percentage of the. So let's make one measure called count album percentage of table total. So what we need to do, the aim of the measure is to add a measure to the each table which will show the percentage of that each group contributes to the total of that table. Okay, we will need, like, for example, 21 is 100% and 16 is 76%, this one. Okay, so we will be adding like this. So you can use remove filter. So our measure should look like this. So this is a different for the all genres, but our measure should look like this. So let's do by using divide function. Sorry, divide the count of albums, and in denominator we will use calculate, and the expression would be count of albums, where our filter would be, it should remove ignoring all the filters applied. So let's say we will use all selected. What's this? Artist. If I click enter, let's see if we are getting something or not. So this is not for this. This is for genre. If I click here and I remove the artist, and instead of artist I choose genre and enter. So if you can see, I will convert this into percentage. So this genre, I will just select this genre and make it a little bit big, and I will go on the website and I will check for the genre if we have any percentage available. So see, so this is add a measure to each. So we need to make 3 measures, not 1 measure, because each of these have different table. For example, this, it is taking from album type, it is taking from genre, it is taking from parent. So yeah, let us confirm first. If we select ACDC for example this, and for genre we are having rock 2100%, rock 2100%. Okay, now we will add same type of measure for the album type. So what I will do, I will just copy this measure and I will write it as genre. So I will copy this and I will add new measure and paste it here. I will write album type and count of album and all selected album type, enter. So I will add this album type here and make it as percentage, and I will check if I'm getting accurate values or not. For AC/DC live 14%, soundtrack 9%, 14%, 9%, and 76.19%, this one. So yeah, this is how we will going to add each measure for a different table. Now it's the time for parent. Instead of the album type, we will use parent company, enter, and we will use this into this table and converting it into percentage. Yep, so 76.19 and then 19.05 and then 4.76 here. So till here we are okay. I think one way to achieve this would be write a separate measure. How we use this separate measure, like count of for all genres, removing the filter from a specific field used by each of the table. Here is what it may look like. You can use remove filter, create 3 measure like the one shown above. You can add the relevant table this visual. Rather than removing filter from specific field, you can use all select function to remove any filter applied by the visual that you place the measure. Create a single measure using this function, which you can use replace previous 3 measure. So in all select function we can also use only one function, which is all select, and then we can, like for example album type, comma, if I click another column here, which is, let's say, parent company name, and then another column which is what you call it, the genre, enter. So it's right now it's giving us error. So you see a classic example of this. So what I will do, so I try to like add all selected for the different columns. So this is not how it works. So what we will do, we will remove all columns from here like this, and we will just let the all select empty be here, and then I will click OK, and I will then convert it into percentage. Okay, so now it will do what it will do. It will give me the percentage, and if I click here and I delete this and I put the same measure here, so it will give me percentage here also. And I will delete this and use only one measure in all of these. It is now giving me the percentage. So if we look into, let's say, the output, which is Coldplay, I will go here, I will click on the Coldplay, 7.14, 28.57 for the album type, and then 14.29 for the parent company. So see, this is how it looks like. So you don't need to add any all select or remove filters from here. So you can just click here and all select, so it will directly like add your filters to the whole table. So tell me which one of these measures you will like to use in future if there is any condition like that. So thank you for watching and have a nice day.